In this example, we have seen that we are applying a style to H1, right? So similarly, you can apply any of the style to any of the other tags. Suppose if I take a paragraph tag here, right? Suppose if I take an example on P tag. So P tag is what? Paragraph tag. So for paragraph, what I want style is equals to, I can take color. So right now, let us see only color. After explaining all the properties, we will see one by one, like font size, font color. Okay. All right. Now let me tell you only about color. So put a semicolon over here after ending that, and then end it with the double quote. Okay. So this is the exact way of passing the parameters, right? Let me write, this is para 1. Okay, and let us end it. Okay, and let us save it. Okay. So now once when I write this code, I had applied what color red to the paragraph, right? And then when I execute this code, you can see that that gets applied, okay, to the paragraph. So I have taken H1, which is by default heading 1. So the size of H1 is by default, isn't it? Because heading tags, we have H1 to H6, and by default that heading is set. So for paragraph, the default font size is set. Okay. So if you want to set any font size, you can also do that, but we will see that. Okay, we will see that in the next coming sessions, right? So right now, when any explanation is asked about the first type of CSS, that is inline CSS, you can go down with this programming example. Fine, and you can cover this theoretical part. So I will share the questions after class today. So this is all about features, what we have discussed in the morning session, that is features of CSS. If they ask you short note, you can write features or you can write types also. Just combine 2 to 3 paragraphs for 5 marks. Okay, you can write features or explain any types of sheets, right? So this will be almost your next assignment, maybe the third assignment. As I told you that unit 1, I will consider as assignment 2 assignments. Okay, assignment number 1 and number 2 will be covered from unit number 1 because there are 40 questions. So this will be your assignment number 3, right? Second unit, assignment number 3. So here explain different levels of style sheets, or they may also ask you explain different types of style sheets, right? So the first one that we are seeing is what? Inline. So you can write this explanation for inline as I have told you. So once again, I'll read it for you. So inline style sheets are placed right where you need them. So wherever you need them, you can apply that inline style. Okay. Next to the text or graphics you wish to decorate. So you can apply the inline style with any of the tag. It may be H1, it may be body, it may be paragraph, it may be table. Okay. So you can apply this inline wherever you want in a combination with the tag inline, right? So you can use it in combination with any of the tag, right? It is used to apply a unique style to the single HTML element. So what is HTML element? Each individual tag value or each individual tag parameters are considered as what? Your HTML elements. So wherever, whatever single component of the web page is there, you can apply anywhere, right? It uses the style attribute. So you saw that style attribute is used when we want to apply what? The style to a particular tag on the particular line. So style attribute is very, very important. So using style attribute, what you can do? You can apply the style. Yes, as seen in the example. So I have taken this example only. So here you can see H1 style is equals to color blue. This is a blue heading. So what will happen? This whatever you have taken automatically it will appear into the blue color, right? Here. So one more example I have shown you just now, that is about what? P tag. Fine. Now let me go to the second level. That is second type. Okay, second level in the sense second type of the CSS style sheets. Okay. All right, so we have second type, which is called as external CSS. Yes, so as the name itself indicates that we are going to take this file from external. We are going to take this file or extract this file externally. So what are the steps that we need to do with an external CSS, right? So step one. So first thing is that you have to create a CSS file. Okay, you have to create a CSS file, right? And then you have to save that file with the name called as what? Style.css. You have to create a CSS file and save that with .css extension. We are not allowed to save this file with .html extension. You need to save this file with .css extension. What will be your next step? Next step is create a HTML file. Okay, create HTML file or create an HTML web page. Okay, and save it as what? You can give any name to the file. For example, let me take external.html, right? So after creating the CSS file, you have to create one more HTML file, right? And save that as what? External.html. So what will be the next step? Next step will be what? Importing. You have to import this style.css. Okay, you have to import this file into HTML file. So what is your HTML file? Your HTML file is nothing but external.html. So after creating that CSS file, what you have to do? You have to import that file into the external HTML program. Okay, then what next? After that, you need to use two tags. Okay, you need to use two tags. One is the link tag. Okay, we have to take help of a new tag which is called as a link tag, right? And we have some attributes of link tag. So attribute is what? href, right? We have to take help of the href attribute. So what is that href attribute? Href attribute, there you have to pass the name of the file. Okay, what is the name of the file? CSS file, that is style.css. So using that link tag, we have to take one attribute which is href. Okay, so you can write like this. Link href, not ahref, it is just reference, that is hyperlink reference. So there you have to pass the value or the name of the CSS file. Okay, so what is the next step, guys? Step 5. Okay, after doing all this, execute, right? Execute your .html file, right? So these are the 5 steps which we need to do when we want to apply the external CSS file. Clear to you? So how to write this CSS external file? So when we want to write this CSS external file, okay, we have to first take the tags where you want to apply the style. Okay, suppose I want to apply style to the body tag. When a body tag appears into an HTML code, okay, when I take a body tag into HTML code, what should happen? Some set of values I want to set, some set of parameters I want to set. So what values I set here in this, that will appear with the body tag. By default, they will get applied with the body tag, right? Similarly, if I want to apply some properties for the table tag, so what I can do, I can set a range of properties for the table tag, and then they will get applied to the table tag into the HTML file. So whatever you do in this .css file, whatever you create in this .css file, all that will get applied to the respective tags in the HTML file. Okay, so this is an external CSS. So what you are doing in external CSS, you are creating a different file, right? So you are creating a different file and saving that with .css extension, right? Then after that, what you are doing, you are creating a separate HTML file, and then you are importing this style.css into HTML code. How you are importing? You are importing with the help of link tag. Okay, fine. Now let me tell you the code. So how we worked with the code. See, first what I did, I went to file, I went for new, and then I created one file. Okay, And what is the name of a file? I will just take it as a style.css. I saved with the style.css. I saved the file as style.css. Okay. After saving the file as style.css, make a note, compulsorily you have to save it as a .css only. Otherwise, the code will not get executed. Okay. So in that, what I did, where you want to apply the properties, to which tag you want to apply that set of properties. I want to apply the set of properties to body tag. So whenever a body tag appears into HTML code, I want this set of properties to get applied to the body tag. So that is the reason. What is the format used for that? First thing is that you have to open a body tag. Okay. You have to open a body tag. You can also take this, whatever bracket is there, you can also take at the downside, no issues. Okay. You can write like this also, just like you write your C programming. Okay. So I take a body tag, and body tag, I open a flower bracket. So after opening flower bracket, I can define the set of properties that should get applied to this body tag. So whenever body appears into HTML code, these properties will automatically get applied to the body tag. Okay. What happens there? Automatically, what properties you are setting inside these flower brackets, automatically it will get applied with the body tag. Okay. Now what I'm doing, I'm taking one CSS background property called as background hyphen. Okay. This is not underscore. It is a minus symbol. Okay. It is also called as what? Hyphen. So background minus or hyphen COLOR. The spelling of the color is COLOR. Make a note. It is one of the keyword. You cannot take it as COLOUR. Okay. You have to take it as COLOR. So background hyphen color. Okay. And then I'm putting a colon, not semicolon, it is colon. Okay. After that, you can give one space or immediately type there what background color I want to apply. Powder blue. Okay. I want to apply it as a powder blue. So you can give the name of colors, or you can use hash symbol, and you can take the combination of digits, or it's better you directly give the name of the colors. Okay. So I'm giving a little bit less light blue. Okay. Then I'm ending that with semicolon. Compulsorily, this format you have to follow. Otherwise, the code will not run. Okay. If these properties are not getting applied in the HTML, what it means? You failed to write the code correctly. So you have to compulsorily and strictly follow the format. What is the format? First, here what you are taking the tag name. What is the tag name? Where you want to apply the properties. After tag name, what you are doing? You are opening a flower bracket. So after opening flower bracket, what you are writing? You are taking help of CSS property. So we are going to see that property in the next class. So CSS property. Then you have to take the symbol. Okay. So background color. See here, color is one property, background is one property. So they are combining two properties using this minus symbol. Okay. So that CSS property you can write as a single value, or sometimes it can be multi-valued also, like background minus color. What it means? Background color. So you are applying the color for background here. Are you getting? So there are also properties saying only color, and there is also a property saying background color. So this is another property which will add a background color. Okay. So CSS property, and then what you have to do? You have to compulsorily take colon and then the value. Okay. And then the semicolon. Okay. So you can apply n number of properties. Okay. You can apply n number of properties ending up with the semicolon. Clear to you? You can apply n number of properties. Let us now go with the simple example. I am taking only one set of property. Okay, then I cover it here. I complete this flower bracket here. What it means? I want to apply that properties to the body tag. So when h1 heading 1 appears into the HTML code, what I want to do? I want its color to get converted into blue. So I want the blue color to be applied for the heading 1 tag. Okay, then close the flower brackets after completion of the properties that you are applying for H1. Okay, now next tag is paragraph tag. Okay, so when you go to paragraph tag, open the flower bracket, take the properties. I'm taking a property saying color as a red. So for paragraph, what will happen? The color will come into the red format, right? Now, after doing all these things, what you have to do? You have to save this file. Okay, already we have saved as style.css. Okay, you're going to save this file as style.css. Is it clear? small CSS. Okay, this is a small CSS, right? All in the small case letters. Now after that, what is the next step? Tell me. First, I told you create a file called as style.css. Second step is you have to go for a new file saying file new. Okay, and then you have to create external.html file. Save this file, okay, as external.html, right? You have to save this file as external.html. Now what code goes here? I told you that we take help of one more tag here, which is called as a link tag, right? We take help of one more tag, which is called as what? Link tag, right? So we take help of one more tag, which is called as what? Link tag, right? Yeah. So why we are using link tag? See, we are using link tag to link, okay, or import the CSS file, okay, into the HTML file, right? Okay, we are using link tag because we want to link that CSS file, right? We want to link that CSS file where, tell me, into your HTML file, right? And what you have to do, both the HTML file and CSS, you have to store at the same location. So what I have done in G, I have a folder, isn't it? That is WP division A. I have a folder in G drive, right? So what I did in this folder only, I created both the files. Under this only, I have saved both, that is style.css as well as external.html, right? So I'm saving both the files under same folder, or you can directly save both the files under the same location. Is it clear? Save both the files under the same location. Fine. Now, so we are using the link tag for what? To import the CSS file into what? HTML code, right? Or HTML file. So what is the rule when we are using link tag? Compulsorily, you have to write the link tag in the head tag. Okay. Compulsorily, what you have to do? You have to import the file within the head tag. This is a rule, right? So you have to import in head tag only, right? In head tag, and that too within the link tag. See here. I have did it. So what I have done, head tag I have taken, right? So after taking the head tag, what I am doing? See here, I have taken a head tag in the code. Just see the code. I have taken a head tag, and inside that head tag, what you are doing, you are taking help of what? Link, right? Yeah. So compulsorily, what you have to do in the head tag only, you have to take a link tag, right? Then, so what type of relative file you are using, that you have to pass for REL parameter. Okay. So what type of relative file you are using, that you have to pass into REL. So what type of file I am using? I am using style sheet. Okay. Yeah. So I am using style sheet. So this will remain same for every program. REL value will remain same for every program, right? Next is what? href. What is that href? Reference, hyper reference. From which location you want to import the file? What is the reference file? So my file name is what? Style.css. Is it clear? So you can create any file. It is not compulsory that you have to give the name as a style only. So this is the style.css, right? So here in style.css, you are applying the set of properties to the tags. And you can save that with any name, but the extension should be what? .css, and you should remember the name of a file. So I have saved it as what? Style.css. Okay. This is the correct procedure, okay, to import the file. If you forget, or if you use some wrong keywords or wrong spellings at this line, then the code is not imported, or I can say that it will not show the CSS code applied to this file. Is it clear? So here you have to make clear that LIN key and REL is equals to style sheet. This will remain same for every program when you're writing an external CSS, right? But the reference value will change. What name you are giving to the file, that name you have to pass here. Okay, so this value will change according to your file name, whereas these parameters are going to remain same, right? Now here you close the head tag. So inside the head tag only you have to import the file. This is the rule. Clear to you? Okay. Now the part of a code. So here I'm writing body tag. So when I write a body tag, what is going to happen? This style.css file is imported. And whenever I find body, what will happen? The background color will be changed to the powder blue. It means entire body of my web page color will change to powder blue, right? Then I have an H1 tag. So whenever I take H1, what will happen? The features from this H1 will get applied. That is H1 color blue. So every H1 content, whatever contents or whatever elements are there in H1, that will appear into blue. So when I take a P tag, automatically it will go into red. Okay, see. The P tag, what I have done, I have taken color to red. So automatically that P will get converted. Whatever contents of paragraph are there, that will get converted into red. Is it clear? Now the closing of body tag and now the closing of HTML tag. Did you see the variation now? Did you see the variation? Huh? See, I will just run the code now. How to run the code? I have to run which file? External.html file. Isn't it? I have to run external.html file. So let us run that code. So you're not going to run .css file. Okay. You're not going to run .css file. Okay. Okay, so yes. So now is the screen visible? Yes, see here this style.css file. See this, what I'm highlighting. Okay, style.css file. This will appear as a notepad file. It will not look like a browser. Why? Because you cannot run this code. You cannot run this code in the browser. See, it is a CSS file. Okay, so how to identify CSS file? It will come like this. If you save it as .css. And if you want to run this file in the browser, it will look like the default browser. It will show the image of default browser. So what is my file name? External, right? So name of my file is external. See here. So external I have taken. Now directly I will run it. So now let me share the output screen for you. See, in this way the output will come. Okay. So what happens for the body? So you have taken a body tag, right? See, just watch it carefully, all of you. So for body, I have taken a powder blue color. So entire body, whatever body you have, that will appear in the powder blue. So heading will appear in the blue, paragraph will appear in the red. So this is the text which I have typed. It has come as it is on the screen. Okay. So in this way, the properties get applied. So what did you find here? Can you tell me what is the difference in the simple HTML code and using CSS code? Who will tell? Yes, somebody please try that. Yes, tell me what difference did you observe in HTML and CSS? Yes, tell me please, what difference did you observe in HTML and running CSS code? ಏನು difference ಅನ್ಸ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗ? Did you see no difference? See what is the difference? Yes, tell me. Yes, ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. ಏನ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಗ ಕೋಡ್ದಾಗ? See, for body what happened? When I take a body tag, automatically the background color came. When I took H1, what happened? Automatically the heading got converted into blue. When I went for paragraph, automatically the contents of the paragraph got converted into red. Isn't it? How it happened? We created one style sheet, and by using this style sheet, what we did, we went on applying these parameters into this file. We imported that style into external.html. So what is the advantage of this? Once you can decide the style, And then you can keep on importing these style sheets into n number of files. Are you getting? What will happen because of that? Lot of code will be reduced in your HTML file. If I want to apply a blue color here, what I wanted to do, if I was not using style sheet. See, for example, I will put this into comment. Suppose now style sheet apply ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು? So body, I needed to write here BG color. I needed to write BG color is equals to blue. So if I wanted to make it purely HTML code. So H1 ದಾಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು? So here if I wanted color, I needed to include what? Font. Okay, I needed to take font color is equals to blue. Then I needed to close the font tag over here. Are you getting? If I wanted paragraph to appear in the red color, I wanted to take font color is equals to again red. Okay, and then I needed to close the paragraph font tag near the paragraph. So in this way, I needed to apply font everywhere. See, I wanted to apply font here. And then for this, I needed to take one more font tag. Okay, so after running the code, what will happen? See, when I run this code, see, when I execute this code, what will happen? When I execute this code, it will appear in this color. Are you getting? So for paragraph only, what has happened? We have taken what? Red color. H1 is blue, background is also blue. Are you getting? So what will happen? I needed to apply the tag everywhere. Everywhere I must keep on including the tags, which will also increase the code. Okay, and it will be not comfortable to write the code. For this reason, we can also minimize the code. Okay, so we can go on minimizing the code. So that is the reason what we are doing. We are taking help of the style sheets. So using style sheets, what will happen? Your code is also reduced. And once when you create the style sheets, automatically you can keep on importing that style sheets into the files that you need. So how to import that? By using link rel is equals to style sheet, that is common. And then href is equals to style.css. Okay. So what is the procedure? First, create a style sheet. In that, set the properties and then keep on importing that properties in any file that you need. Are you getting? Okay. So this is all about external CSS, right? This is the second type of CSS. All right. Okay. So today, see, let me go back here. So first you create a style sheet. Second step is what? Import that style sheet. Okay, and automatically it will get applied to the entire HTML file. So one of the advantages is that you create the file CSS once and then you can keep it on importing on different files. Okay, once you create, you can import it into n number of files. And what is one advantage? If I change the color here, for example, if I change the color in CSS file, automatically it will get updated into the external HTML. You don't need to change the code into external.html. Automatically what will happen? Once when you change these properties into style.css, automatically they will get applied into external.html. So all the changes that you do related to presentation is only into style.css. Okay, see, once when I execute this code again, you will see that the properties are getting applied automatically. See. Okay, so how did the color appeared into yellow? Because I changed the style.css properties value. Is it clear? So this is all about internal style sheet and external, that is inline style sheet and external style sheet. So there is one more style sheet remaining that we will see in tomorrow's class. Okay, is it clear? So any queries are there?